You're listening to The Disc Golf Show.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to The Disc Golf Show. Brought to you by Final Nine Sports with 2 locations, one in Orangevale and one in Rocklin. My name is Justin. With me today is this guy.
Nick.
That's right.
That's
you
me.
nailed it. You nailed it. You nailed it this time.
No lag.
It only took, how many shows?
4.
4?
This is our 5th.
Okay, so 5 shows. It took 4 warm-ups.
I did it for dramatic effect.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
when you're listening to audio only, it loses its dramatic effect.
Whatever.
It just sounds like a pause that I forgot to edit out.
But you didn't. You don't forget anything. So we're good.
Can you tell my wife that?
I'm
Just
not
tell her that
stepping-
everything
Nope.
is planned.
No, I'm good.
Everything.
I'm good.
Everything. Also, if you're tuning in, we're doing this as a test run. See how you guys like it. We're doing video this time of the podcast. We did it back in the day. We learned some things, and hopefully, as a result, you're seeing those things that we learned. If you guys have any suggestions, ways that we can improve, things that you like, that you didn't like, let us know, and we'll try to do that. And if we don't like it, we just won't do it. And it's Nick's fault. So email
That's
him
fine. At Nick
at
at
Nick
discgolfshow.com.
at discgolfshow.com.
Yeah. Well, hey, last time when we first started the show, it took us a year to get to video.
Yeah.
We're only 2 months.
did.
All right.
It
So
did.
we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
I'm calling it good.
And 10 years of collecting camera equipment. We're here.
Yeah.
We're here.
Plenty. Yes.
We're here.
Enough equipment.
Yeah, enough equipment.
Never enough equipment.
Oh, never enough equipment. Oh, all
I
right.
flipped it on you really quickly.
I like that. I like that. You hear that, wife? Never enough equipment.
Never enough.
I can't spend enough.
All right. Are we good?
I think we're good.
Okay. All right. Let's.
I mean, I'm blaming you, so you might not be good in the near future, but
Okay. Let's bang this out. All right. We're gonna go back. So, seeing as how the show is every other Monday,
yes.
we've got a couple weeks of stuff to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go back in time. This is where you do the blah, 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 blah. And we're gonna talk a little bit about the very first DGPT event. Now this
Okay.
isn't the tour event. This is the All-Stars weekend.
Okay.
And I don't know how much of it you ended up being able to watch, but
I watched all of the FPO because it was funny thing. So
good.
I watched all of the FPO and then all of the MPO, and I was like, Nick, you put the wrong winners on the show notes. And then I realized I was watching 2023.
Are you serious?
So then I went back and watched the 2024.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, that was weird. Because it was like the same FPO winner last year for distance, right?
Yes.
So it threw me off.
Yeah, that's right. Huh.
When I was watching it, and I'm like, wait, no. Anthony Barela didn't win distance? Nick, you silly goof.
Yeah, he did.
And then I figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't change the show
seeing
notes.
as how you did that, curious. Did you see any differences or improvements?
No, absolutely. With the winner of the distance.
Well, I'm not talking about like the outcome and the distance. I mean of the actual
Production value?
production. Because I didn't even think about that. And seeing as how you got that, then maybe you did notice.
A little bit. Specifically on the distance events, I liked the coverage a little bit better in 2023 because they didn't use as much of the chase drone.
Yeah, that's one of my.
I liked it at first. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It chases the disc to that. But then after a while, you're like, oh, okay, let's stop.
I didn't like it due
kinda
to the fact it takes away from the disc
visually.
itself.
Yeah.
I think, yes, it's neat to see that for commercials and promotional items. I think like Garrett Gerthy did it when he was promoting some of the discs that he has, right?
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I think in coverage like that, having a still overhead, one, you can see the whole line and the flight of the disc, and two, you're not distracted by any other angle of this drone following 5 feet behind it, and you're distracted by it.
Yeah.
I was distracted by it. It bugged me.
Yeah. After a while, it became like that one trick pony kind of thing. You know, where you're
exactly.
like,
a new
And
feature.
then-
A new feature. And then it's
You
like,
know.
let's use the crap out of
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
And like,
And honestly, when you're looking at distance shots too, I think the more practical viewpoint is the overhead and down, or slightly behind and forwards. You can see kind of the arc of the disc. But for distance, you kind of want that down shot to see
Yep.
how far it went. Because
Yep,
when it's
exactly.
chasing it, even you get a picture of it because you can see the numbers go by. At least they did that. Like the numbers are really big, like the foot markers, and you're like, oh, okay. So you could tell. It got old visually.
it's not as, it wasn't as apparent,
Yeah.
the full distance of the shot.
Yeah, because you don't get the whole perception of how far it went. Like you can see because it landed near 400. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
you can guesstimate how far it went, but you don't get like the whole visual impact of, wow, look at that.
Here's the thing you don't get.
But
You don't get the overall shot line and view
Mm-hmm.
of a 713 foot flat ground
Right.
bomb by Anthony Barela.
who won MPO distance, and technically,
He didn't even need that.
he won first and second place because he got a 705 footer or something like
Dude,
that, and then the 713.
The 70, I think it was 705, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was his second shot
Yeah,
of the whole event,
yeah,
and nobody came close to it.
no.
It was awesome.
He bombed it.
Bombed it,
And specifically with him, watching the difference between the previous year and this year, clear difference.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like you could tell, like he tweaked something.
Well, what has been talked about is that it's not only the distance.
Mm-hmm.
That's an actual golf shot. That's
Right.
an actual online and target.
Right.
That was middle of the field.
Right. Now I for this year's distance specifically, I just watched the highlights.
Okay.
Because I was trying to get it in, right? Because I'd wasted a whole bunch of time watching the previous year. Because I'm not that smart. So was David Wiggins Jr. in this year's? And he just didn't qualify? Or
No, he wasn't.
or he
in
just
this
wasn't in it
year's.
at all?
I don't think he
Okay.
did this year's.
Because I would have liked to have seen that matchup
Yeah.
of Wiggins and Barela again, because that's what it kind of was the previous.
Well, so the other thing too is that
For me, at
the
least. Mm-hmm.
actual like that whole distance competition that has been held many times, but not for a while actually. That's held out in the Salt Flats
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah,
all
yeah.
the wind and everything, where he ended up throwing it 1,100 plus feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and even Simon threw it over 1,000 that time too.
Right.
But Anthony was talking about that. He goes, if they bring it back, he goes, he would like to compete in that.
Right.
Which
So
I would love to see.
The actual record for distance was set there.
Yes. And I think that's like a,
Because these distances don't
I
even
think
come
that's, what is
anywhere
it?
close.
The world record.
Yeah, world records.
It's not just a distance competition, DGPT
Right.
distance competition. It's a world
Right.
record competition.
right.
So, yeah, I mean, there was a few things. So let's, seeing as how we are kind of touching base on things that we might not have liked or commenting on
Okay.
the coverage of it,
Mm-hmm.
I did want to make a couple notes here.
Mm-hmm.
For the All-Star, the stream was good.
Right.
I didn't see any choppiness in it, which is good to note.
Very rarely.
Because of them promoting the upgrade.
I did see some choppiness, but it could have been my internet connection and not them.
Yeah, so you can't.
So it's hard to
you
tell.
can't chalk all that up to just them because
Yeah, it
you
could be
never
either
know.
way. You never know.
Okay, so here's okay. So we got our first taste at this event after the driving and accuracy and putting and all that good stuff, all that fun stuff, right? So
Right.
A quick note, accuracy, Dickerson and Weese were the ones who won the accuracy. It was really cool. They had 5 different alleys to throw through,
Right.
different line shots, all that stuff. It was really, really cool. The putting, Marwede and Scoggins won.
Right.
No big surprise. They're crazy good putters.
Right.
We did get to see the new score tracking from PDGA for this doubles and
Yes.
singles.
Yes.
Not a fan of the aesthetics,
Right.
personally. And it could be just the fact that I've gotten so used to UDisc,
Yeah.
but like at least on my phone too, I have like the night mode on it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
when you're watching just the normal mode on a computer and tracking the scores, it's just white.
Yeah,
It's
I didn't
like
even
all
think about
white.
that.
I didn't like the looks of it. It wasn't as
Yeah.
apparent as to like whether they got a bird or anything like that, birdie or anything. It was so just bland.
Huh.
But that's a personal preference.
Because the aesthetics, I was watching it on my computer screen, and then at least for the scores, and then up above me I have the TV mounted, and that's where I was watching the actual stream. Didn't bother me. I actually kind of like the aesthetics of it.
I didn't.
But I'm
It's
not
simple.
used to the other one though.
Oh yeah,
either.
because you didn't watch. Yeah, that's true.
So
That's
this
true.
is just all brand new for me
Yeah.
in terms of like watching the live scores.
Yeah.
So for me, I didn't find any problem with it. It did go down, which is not a
Yeah.
good look. But
Yeah, it's definitely not.
other than that, when it was up and functioning, which it was the majority of the time, don't get me wrong, I thought it was fine. I liked the coverage. I thought the interesting thing is I have an older television that just has one of the Fire Sticks
Yeah.
hooked up to it, and I was able to see and watch it, but there were some reporting that with their older televisions and older Fire Sticks, or a combination of both, they weren't even able to watch the stream. Which,
Yeah, some people did make notes of like, oh, it's not working. I guess just go get a new TV.
yeah, right. Just drop like $500-600. Go get
just
yourself
go
a
get
new
a new
TV.
It's
Whatever,
a good
right?
reason, right?
You know,
I mean, don't
or
get
go
me-
conservative, $200. You know,
Well, don't
everybody
get
can
me
do
wrong.
$200, right?
Don't get me wrong.
I mean,
Upgrade on a TV is always fun.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But if you have a perfectly fine TV and for some reason it's not functioning
Yeah, but
correctly,
nowadays, Nick, you have to weigh, can I afford the new TV, or do I want to put that in my gas tank?
yeah,
Right? 'Cause
that or
they're about the same
do
price
you want to
these
pay
days.
for the pro subscription of the DGPT subscriptions?
Yeah. About
Oh
that.
man, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little
I mean, don't get me
fancy.
wrong.
It's really good coverage, though.
I'm doing it because I want to see what it's about,
I
enjoy the
it's
DGN.
specifically an experiment
Yes.
for this season, and I want to see how it goes. And was it worth it?
Well, one
Right.
of the complaints though is that I heard, at least moving forward into, again, we can move on from the All-Star.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm sure everybody's had enough talk about that.
Probably at this point.
But
yeah.
the chess.com invitational.
Mm-hmm.
So the pro subscription says no commercials, no ads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently people were just seeing the scoreboard. It wasn't cutting to the booth with the people talking.
Oh.
It was just a scoreboard. So yeah, you didn't get ads, but you didn't get anything else. You just got a scoreboard. A live
Weird.
scoreboard.
That sucks.
So you're just staring at that while everybody's watching a video and ad.
It's like,
Like, you got to give something else.
yeah, what's the benefit there?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and even like let them talk continuous discussion
I wonder
while
if it's-
everybody's watching the ads.
I wonder if it figures out what plan you have, no matter what you click on, because I accidentally clicked on the other one, and then I saw there was a different feed for no ads, but I didn't see any ads at
yeah.
all.
Oh, I did
So maybe
notice.
maybe it does figure out what you have.
I did
no matter
notice
what you
that I
select.
did have ads in the one, because the one that said no ads had a little lock on it. A little lock
really?
thing.
Okay.
So, and that's
You were
the
watching
other
on your
thing.
phone primarily?
I was watching it on the app. So the TV
On the
that
on the
I
phone
just-
app or on the TV app?
No, TV app.
Okay, that's what I was doing. Yeah.
So, that's the other thing is when I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to update my subscription moving forward, because mine expired just like last week,
Oh, okay.
or even like within the past 3 days or something
Right.
like that. The issue was it said change to, right? Change your subscription, because I already had a subscription.
Yep.
When I'd hit change to, it'd be like error, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Oh, you couldn't change
well,
it.
why can't I just change it and pay now? Why can't I
Yeah.
pay ahead of time? Why do I have to wait till it expires to pay, to renew?
That sounds like a bug.
It was weird because I'd hit it, and then next thing I know,
Because I don't know what would be the advantage of that.
I think my updated subscription just went through,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I got charged for the pro now. So I don't know if it recognized I was clicking on it, but
Hmm.
it wasn't just letting me know that it got it.
Interesting.
Anyway,
I'm happy with it so far. There's little things. They'll probably work out those little things, hopefully,
I hope so.
as we go on.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. Like, you're going to dislike it or like it depending on your personal preference. And if you don't like it,
I'm enjoying that
you
they
aren't
have
required
coverage.
to get it.
I'm enjoying that they have coverage, and the coverage is good on almost every single shot. I've got the cam behind them as they're driving, and I've got the chase cam as it's coming too, and that is fantastic.
I think the lead card and the chase cards, or the 2 featured, or whatever it is you want to call it, as well as the third card. I think the third or the second chase, I believe sometimes I would see them throw, but I wouldn't see a catch.
Now, the camera that's on like hole 15 or whatever hole they decide to put it on, I would do away with that and give me another set of people to follow.
Well,
because it's almost so good that I'm like, but I want to watch Simon Lizotte.
But here's the thing.
Or I want to watch this guy, you know?
Your opinion might change in the aspect of you remember some of the other courses. So think of USDGC hole 17.
True.
There's
an
island.
iconic.
That's kind of the idea behind that. And they had that last year. So it's a good filler as well if you don't like the card that they're covering at that moment too, or you don't like the player. You can just watch that hole. You can just skip over to that or pull it up on a secondary screen.
See, it would have to be a secondary screen kind of thing because personally, I don't know why I wouldn't want to watch just the main coverage versus that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if there's like a downtime and there's an ad, then I can switch over to that one and watch it.
Yeah. I think that's
switch back,
also what it's for as well, is when there's an ad, maybe you can jump over there.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll try that out next time. Maybe I'll have another screen up or something on my computer with it on there or something.
On those iconic holes, I think it'll be more worth it.
Okay.
So just keep that in your mind.
All right.
So let's talk about the chess.com Invitational.
All right.
A couple things. There, again, like you said, there was some outages of actually that whole weekend because PDGA Live had outages. It wasn't just that event. There were many other events that were taking place using PDGA Live that went down, and I saw tons of posts about we had to go run around the course and give out paper to all the cards with 3 holes left to play.
That's not a good look.
That's not good. Not good. And especially
I wonder if it's just the growing pains of kind of the system. Because if it goes down for everything, that almost sounds like, to me, like in computer speak, so deal with me here. Primary profession is in IT, a distributed denial of service attack, right? Where like there's so much traffic that floods in, the servers can't keep up and it chokes and shuts down, right?
It could be.
Because it's kind of one of the first times and it's one of the first events and there's all these events all at the same time and all of these players and all this data, that could have been the issue.
Well, also, here's what I can say for it, is that they did say this is kind of like we're going to release almost like the basic amount of stuff. So it's going to get better and the features will get better. So I've got to just hold my hope that as we go through this season, you're going to see this new tracking system be much better for the and the competitors themselves too. Like, you know, it's not.
I've got to get out
us.
To a tournament and actually use this new system because I haven't used it before. If any of you have, let us know in the comments below or shoot us an email at the show at discgolfshow.com and tell us how you like it or don't like it.
So a lot of club events use PDGA Live.
Okay.
Because it goes towards if it's
have you used it?
Yes.
Do you like it?
I've used it with the Folsom Disc Golf Club. Yeah, I mean, it functions fine.
Okay.
It functions fine when we did that.
Versus UDisc?
If it's a sanctioned club weeklies. So you can get sanctioned, obviously, weeklies.
Right.
So then you use that and it goes towards your...
Do you like it compared to UDisc? Samesies? A little rougher to use, easier to use?
I honestly don't subscribe for the full... UDisc just because I don't play enough disc golf, and now that we're playing more, maybe I will. I think again for me the aesthetics of UDisc are much better.
Okay.
I like the all the work and all the years of dedication that they put into creating that app and adding things to it. Now they've got a doubles feature and I think triples feature that you can use that app for.
Okay.
Oh, which reminds me, that is one thing I didn't like back with the All-Stars. The doubles, you couldn't, I didn't see like, oh, this person is playing against this person in the singles event, in the singles.
Yeah.
So that frustrated me because I watch golf, or I used to watch golf. And when you'd have those type of rounds like that, you would have them pitted against each other, and their scores would be separate from each of the battles.
Right, gotcha.
And they didn't do that, and it was like, why didn't you do that? But again, infancy of this product.
It'll get better.
It'll get better.
Right.
But cap off, Chess Talk. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, what about the trophy? You like the trophy?
The second I saw that thing,
I knew you'd have a problem with it.
I wanted to reach through the screen, and I wanted to take it and just break it over my knee, because here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
What everybody else is saying is, oh, they could have issued out a larger queen for the FPO and a big king.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
For the MPO, which would have been cool. But even, hey, you know what? Keep the board. Keep the board.
Yeah.
Engrave something on it.
Yep.
Put the logo on it.
Yep.
Put something on it other than just a wood. And I'm sure people are saying it's a really nice custom board. I'm sure it is.
It
was really well
pretty
made.
nice for a chessboard. Yeah.
But that's all it was.
You got to make it special though.
Yeah, that's all it was.
For the event, so that when you look at the trophy, you go, oh, that was this year, this tournament, this, you know.
I did hear something about somebody saying they're going to get a plaque to go with it. Just put it on it.
Yeah, why not?
You can always engrave it later if you're worried about that part of it. Like the camera's not zooming all the way in to see that the person's name is engraved right then at that second. Come on, let's not go through Trophy Gate again last year, okay? I'm sure Brody Smith is tired of all the trophies that are being sent to him.
I've heard to get rated.
Yeah, like just put some thought into the trophy. Like there was some thought. It just didn't follow through, in my opinion. It wasn't complete.
Yeah.
Trophy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what you wanted to hear?
I think
that what you wanted?
I knew it was going to happen. That's why I asked.
Yeah, but
I took one look at it and went, "Oh, Nick's going to have a problem with this."
Well, listen here. Here's the one good thing that came out of this. The one good thing that came out of this is that Anthony Barela won MPO, and he's on my SkipAce fantasy team.
I will say, okay. A moment here for fantasy disc golf. It has made it.
Let's not talk about FPO,
a lot more fun.
Way more fun
to watch it because, and Nick came up with this last minute where he did a group chat for all of us, which is great. We need to do this next event because given any opportunity to talk S to Nick, I mean, I'll take it. Right, I'll take it. So I beat Nick. That's all that matters.
Get out of here.
I beat Nick, and that will continue to happen.
I'm sorry. I want to apologize publicly to Evelina.
Yeah, you should.
I want to apologize to you.
She probably is stewing right now because
you are
of this.
on my team.
And
you're on my roster.
You.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
He didn't.
You're on my roster, and I know you've been working on your putting. But I wanted to see one tournament first, and I will own that. Okay, Evelina, I own that. I'm sorry, Evelina. I apologize.
This is Nick. This is Nick in a hole. This is Nick digging himself out of hole.
Hey,
That's good.
You know what? Everybody's been waiting for her to make this all work, though.
Absolutely.
And she brought everything together. Her putting is solid now, dude. It is. There's no question on whether she can putt or not anymore.
Oh, and Grats can, by the way.
Oh yeah,
we're coming for you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Good for you, number one.
Somebody let you have first pick. I don't know who that doofus was. It was RNG, but
anyways, so let's move on from DGPT stuff.
Okay.
Did want to do some shout outs here for some products that have come down the pipeline.
Ooh, these are cool.
So if you haven't heard about Loft Discs, they have, I think it's 3 molds out right now.
Loft or Loft?
It's from what I understand, it's pronounced Luft. It's not Loft because the O has the slash through it.
Okay.
So it's a foreign pronunciation.
Okay.
I think it's Luft.
I'll go with that.
Anyways, maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Chew me out. Nick at discgolfshow.com. But they're coming out. They just started a new Kickstarter. So if you like those discs, which are really high quality plastics, I'll bring some around so that you can check some of the other ones
Yeah,
out.
absolutely.
And they just released a new Kickstarter for 2 new molds.
Okay.
So there is going to be, right now they have 3. Yeah, 3. That's right. I was right. Yay. Yay me. Borium, hydrogen,
And xenon.
Xenon are the 3 that they already have in production. The 2 new ones are going to be neon and titanium.
Okay, quick, Nick. How many elements are in the periodic table? Go.
So, along with the DGPTs... Don't put me on the spot like that.
Past that one.
Actually, we got to jump back to DGPT really quick.
Oh, okay.
So they are this year venturing into Canada.
Canada, yeah.
Big shout out to friend of the show, Daryl, aka Tin Lid Disc Golf.
Okay.
I just wanted to say shout out to him because he brought this to our attention.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
He did want us to at least note the fact that the Q series, which are qualifying series for the DGPT, are holding an event in Canada. So that's super awesome. It's the Diameter Open, and the Diameter, I believe it's Diameter Apparel is, I believe.
Oh, nice.
But if it's not, my apologies. But it's the Diameter Open. It's being held later in the year. It's September 13th to 15th. It's an A-tier Q series event, which helps people get their tour card for the following year. It's good to see that those events now for the Pro Tour is expanding across North America, and not just in the U.S. So hopefully there'll be more with all these courses that the Paul Macbeth Foundation are putting in.
Yeah.
Hopefully there'll be more, maybe down to Mexico and whatnot.
That's so cool.
And then maybe we can get that disc golf world tour back up. UC, we're talking about you.
That's right. I have the hat.
But yeah, so it's going to be held between the Glow and GMC DGPT events. Again, September 13th through 15th. And it is in Canada. So big shout out to Daryl. Let's hit this really quick.
Yes.
CODGC. Have you heard about this?
CODGC. I have, and I've made a disc golf show account.
Sweet.
So if you're already on this, CODGC.com, then look us up on there. We made a podcast page, and I've invited a couple of people to it, including you. So accept my invite, jerk.
Will.
But it looks cool. I liked it. I like the layout of it. I think at least like going and creating like the podcast portion of it.
Yep.
And seeing the community and the discussions and forums and all that kind of stuff. And you could post pictures and all kinds of things. It looks pretty cool. Like
they added our podcast to that list too.
They did. And
so
it looks interesting. Like, and there's quite a few people on it already. And there's like lots of conversation and stuff going on, and lots of groups in there, disc golf clubs and things like that. So check it out. It looks pretty cool. It may be the next big thing in disc golf community.
It's like,
I don't know, but it's cool.
Facebook for disc golf.
Yeah, pretty much. It's very niche, but along with a niche sport, having a niche place it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to go to Reddit? Okay. So anyways, but I did want to say one thing on this. I don't know if you've downloaded the app yet.
Mm-hmm. I have not on my phone.
I've been having issues trying to log in via the app, so it gives me an error. So I'm gonna either contact the owners and see if that's on my end.
Okay.
It could be. I'm not saying it's them, but they do have an app. So if you look up CODGC via your Google Play
Store or your iOS store,
then you should be able to find it there. Cool. Really cool. Again, super inclusive and it's got a good, to me, again, I go to the looks. It's got a nice look to it.
Yep.
So go check it out. And again, follow us on there. Next thing, if you haven't heard about this, you might want to.
Disc Drifters.
discdrifters.com. It is basically like a travel site for disc golfers.
Yep. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It has a whole bunch of little different things that you can put in. You can search by tournaments, like what the name of the tournament. You can search by the area that you're trying to go to, all around disc golf kind of related stuff. And what it'll do is it'll work with Expedia, and it will pull up either hotels or airfare or both, camping sites to go along with it. It has another link for discount hotels if you want to do that option, you're on a budget. I did discover though, there's an issue with it. And I let the admins know through their contact page. I found a little bug in it. I don't know if it's expected or not.
That's what Justin does.
That's what I do. I'm sorry. Not sorry. But when you click on the bundle, where it's supposed to bundle the Expedia airfare and hotel for you,
Okay.
it does not auto input the date ranges or the information really for you.
Oh.
You have to go in. It'll bring you to the page, but you have to put in the information again.
Oh,
right?
okay.
By default, I think you're supposed to click airfare when you get to the page anyways, because there might be a problem with the API where it can't include that checkbox or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Haven't really looked into it myself, but when you try to do it, and I tested it on everything. I tested it on Chrome, on Brave, on Edge. I went to my iPhone. I checked the Safari app. I checked the app directly to Expedia, and it all does the same thing. So it's just a problem with how the site doesn't input the information. However, all of the other features, I tested on all of those as well, and they all work. So it's just that one. If you click on bundle, you're going to have to type in the information again, which is kind of I'm sure they'll fix it.
Probably an easy fix for them.
It's probably a super easy fix.
If the other options are take care of it, then all they got to do is...
It's probably something goofy with the API. Or they're kind of... Or they changed the API and didn't let them know, because people like to do that with their APIs. You people.
Yeah, so you went through this.
I did.
So basically, it maps out your whole trip involving disc golf.
I put in, for my test, an event in Waco, Texas, and I had it routed all for me. It gave me options, like there was a $900 option, there was a $750 option, all the way up to like a $1,509 option.
Okay.
Like, so there's a whole range it'll pull up for you, and it'll kind of just do your itinerary kind of for you, like in terms of planning out what hotel to stay at, the airfare, and you can choose prices and stuff. It's actually pretty slick.
Sweet. Well, if you do go on there, which we suggest you do, if you have
is there a way to make it slicker?
Yes,
Nick?
there is.
Oh my gosh, tell us please.
If you have a trip coming up, that go check them out, discdrifters.com, and you can use code Disc Golf Show.
How much does that save you, Nick?
25% off of selected
properties.
Yes.
Yeah.
So go on there, use code Disc Golf Show to see if that helps you out on that selected property. 25% a good discount.
That's
on
a big
anything.
chunk, especially on a budget, man.
Yes.
Trying to travel and make it to all these different places.
So big shout out to them for giving us that code to share with you guys.
Discdrifters.com.
We'll probably end up posting it on our socials too.
We'll put it up there.
Another thing I want to drool over really quick here. A couple things actually.
Okay.
One is, if you haven't seen it, there's a Pure Disc. Okay. It's a pure premium bag from Pure Disc.
I have seen it.
Let me just say, this is the most beautiful bag.
It looks nice.
It is leather. It is so well made looking. They have their basic bags, normal, nylon or canvas or whatever it is that they use on their normal bags, which are great as well. But this one looks literally Pure Premium, says it all.
Right.
The thing is sick looking.
Yes. Now,
so I'm going to try to get my hands on one of those.
Here's some things. They say that they've made it out of vegan leather, right? And specifically, why you'd make something out of vegan leather versus normal leather is you're trying to be, I guess, a little bit more environmentally safe.
Yeah,
There's all kinds of arguments how, well, cows and stuff that are used for meat processing, they're just using their skin too, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
All that aside, and I don't know because the site doesn't say. There's a couple different ways that you can make vegan leather. If it's made out of PVC, that's bad.
PVC.
Yeah, like the hard plastic, and then they have to add chemicals to it to make it softer, and not a good deal, right? But there's other things too, like there's Milo, there's Pentatex, which is made out of like pineapple leaves. There's all different ways to make the leather. On their site, I couldn't find what it's made out of. It just says vegan leather. So maybe the site will reach out to us and let us know.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, I'm going to try to get a hold of them.
I'm assuming it's made out of the good stuff, right? Because if you're environmentally conscious and you specifically state that, you're probably using the good version of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But I'm putting that out there so you don't have to ask. We're asking.
The other thing, if you haven't noticed, if you're watching us via YouTube, is
look at the
our gear that we're wearing right now.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Big shout out to
you have experience modeling, Nick. What do I do? I'm going to doing it right?
Yeah, perfect.
Do you do this?
BlueBird DG, okay? It's a new company, just started up earlier this year, making jerseys, shirts. What is
These
it?
are pretty
Wicking?
cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
it feels...
These are
so
comfy
here's the
and
thing.
they're soft.
Here's the thing.
Keep
Here's the
wanting to
thing.
rub
Yours,
myself and it's not
feel
a
this.
good look.
Feel this. I know this isn't great for you audio listeners. Yours is slightly thinner.
Yeah.
It's a thinner material.
Oh, I like
just
these guys
slightly.
already. They made mine better than yours.
So I asked to get the thicker material,
guys.
right? So for reasons. So
Sure you
here's,
did.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. These shirts, if you're
our
looking
secret.
on YouTube, these shirts, same size.
What?
They're both large. And they fit
But you're like tall boy.
Well, here's the thing. He even said this. They're slightly longer than your normal shirt.
Okay.
So for me, I do like I'm tall and thin, right? So I do like the fact that it's a little longer for me, so it doesn't feel like I'm wearing
I didn't
a
even
midriff
notice.
shirt.
So if you're listening to the audio and you're not watching the video, if you're not on youtube.com/discgolf show and you can see our beautiful faces, I'm shaped more like an Oompa Loompa and Nick is like a tall, skinny beanpole. And that blows me away.
They both fit great.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
And if you have a logo that you want on it, you can put that on there.
That's
so
pretty savage.
He has our Disc Golf Show logo on there. So go check him out, BlueBird DG. He's got the socials out there, Instagram, Facebook, I believe, all that stuff. BlueBird DG. And hopefully we can possibly help push some people to go check him out and support him.
Absolutely.
I guess the last thing, it just popped into my head here. Okay, it didn't pop into my head like right here. It popped into my head while I was doing this a long time ago.
You sighed.
Well, here's the thing. I'm trying to make things easy on people, right? I'm trying to make things easier.
All right.
There's all this, like, everybody hates the fact that people call it ball golf and people call in traditional golf or disc golf. When you hear
frisbee golf.
Yeah, when you hear like news anchors or anything that are mentioning it, they go disc golf. Like when you naturally say it,
because Nick, and I've run into this a couple of times on some things that I've had to delete here recently. When you try to say disc golf really fast,
well, yeah, you can.
There's a different word you can say, Nick.
Brody knows a little bit about that.
And it's okay, yeah. Well, then you know.
But here's the thing.
That's why you're enunciating real
Here's the
well.
thing. When you are talking casually with somebody else about it, how do you pronounce it?
Disc golf.
So you don't even use the C. Think about that.
Yeah, it kind of blends in.
It blends in, right?
Disc golf, yeah.
So why don't we... Here's the thing.
Disc golf, right here.
There's the sport of golf, and you go golfing. Why can't we just have the sport of disc and you go disking? I'm gonna go play some disc.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the slip up and. Anyways,
you can slip up whether you have golf after it or not, though.
I know, but just one sounds a lot funnier to me. I don't know.
I'm just throwing it out there just for funsies, just because, why not?
Yeah,
I'm just
I
trying
don't have
to
a problem with how it's said right now.
Yeah, but it's just the fact of always the people, how it's related so closely because it is modeled after golf. That when people say, and I get it, I play golf, or I used to play some golf. I get that. Having to say ball golf or traditional golf every time when you're trying to delineate the two, it's like, why? Just say golf for golf and then disc golf or disc or whatever for that. That's all I'm getting at. Okay?
That's fine.
Don't yell at me. So let's great. SkipAce was fun. Let's move on.
SkipAce was fun. That's great. That's right. SkipAce is fun. And shout out again to Ken.
Yeah,
good job, buddy.
Yeah,
good job, buddy. Great picks.
You're going down.
Great picks. This weekend. We're all over you.
Yeah,
all over you. I think that kind of actually marks the end of our show. Real quick, before we go, if you're in the market for a new disc golf bag, check out Upper Park Disc Golf. Use the code DISCGOLFSHOW, capitalize each one of those words, and you'll get 15% off your purchase. So if you're looking at buying one anyways, might as well save yourself some cash. It's a pretty good deal if you think about it. Once again, this episode is brought to you by Final Nine Sports with their 2 locations. Support local because you should. There's one in Orangevale, one in Rocklin. If you're here in California, if not, go to your local place and support them because you should. If you want to email us, if you want to contact us, if you want to say that Justin is way better than Nick except in looks, then you can email that to theshow@discgolfshow.com with your inquiries, and we'd be happy to read them there. I've actually received a whole bunch of hate mail for you. I've deleted them all so that I can print them out, and I'm going to make a big poster for you. So
yes, do that. I'd like to see that. Come at me.
Oh, they have.
Oh, by the way, one more thing. One more thing really quick. I did want to say here. Just a quick notation.
Yes.
Distances between FPO and MPO winners for the All-Star outcome.
Wow.
The difference was over 200 feet. Accuracy winner scores differed from 19 to 33, and putting ends with top FPO at 42 points and MPO at 55. But there's no difference between men and women. Thank you very much.
Did you have to get something off your chest?
Yeah, I'm good.
Send your hate to nick@discgolfshow.com.
Do it.
Do it. All right. So that does mark the end of our show, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
Later.
Bye-bye.